everybody, welcome back to the channel, and of course welcome back to Hiking the Wainwrights with me and the Finmeister today. She's there. So it's the last one of the season already, episode 10, can you believe it? And it's also the final walk that splits up the Fairfield Horseshoe, the dreaded Fairfield Horseshoe. And it is in itself another horseshoe. Quite a big one as well actually. This is the Scandale Horseshoe. And I've parked up in Ambleside and heading up towards Low Pike, which will be the first fell of the day. 4 Wainwrights are going to hit today. Let's go and have a look at the map and see exactly where we're going. Okay, from the car park in Ambleside, I've headed up to Low Sweden Bridge. From here, I'm going to start walking up the ridge via a place called the Rock Step, a very easy scramble, before hitting the first Wainwright of the day, Low Pike. Then it's a short stroll up to High Pike, and from there I'll walk up towards Dove Crag, but branching off at the top of Scandale Head. And then a short walk over to the cairn at High Bakestones, before dropping down to Scandale Pass. And then it's up to Red Screes, but I'm actually going to branch off and contour across to Middle Dod, which is here. And then a short walk up to Red Screes, where there'll be a glitch in the matrix, right there. Then I'll head down to Snark Pike, and from here it's a really gentle walk down towards Kirkston Road, which will take me back into Ambleside and back into the final pub of the season. So that's where we're going today. Pretty good way to finish off the season, I reckon. Not a bad walk at all. A minute ago, I just went over Low Sweden Bridge. It takes you over Stockgill. Very, very beautiful. Look at it already. The views are fantastic. I'm literally 7 to 10 minutes into the walk. We've got inversions going on. We're getting to that time of year now where it's cooling off, sort of heading towards autumn. So you're getting all these inversions, and it's looking really beautiful this morning, all pluming up and spilling out of different valleys. I think all that'll burn off. There's some high level cloud today. I think it's going to be overcast pretty much all day, but it is going to warm up and all that will just disappear over time. Right, hope you enjoy this one. Let's get on. Oh, it's a bit ticklicious around here, isn't it, Finn? Ugh. See, already the views are opening up, and I'm only 5 minutes away from where I was a minute ago at the beginning. It's just incredible. That was out looking towards Rydal. I think you can see a little bit of grass maybe beyond it as well. And a second ago, I could see Little Hart Crag as well, which is at the head of the valley, Scandale Valley. And over there is where I'll be coming down later on today. So Red Screes is up there somewhere beyond, and we'll be coming down that ridge straight into pub. Come on in, Phineas. Hello. Hey, ticks on that face. Eh? These little peepers. So we're now getting to the bit that's called the Rock Step. A little bit of a mini scramble up. We'll see how we get on here because it is very wet at the moment. But I do like the name Rock Step. It sounds like some kind of dance or something. So we're going to start with the Foxtrot Darling and go straight into the Rock Step. Here. Let's go and see how slippy it is, because the rock is very wet at the moment. Okay, I'm going to give it a go, filming it. Going a slightly different way to where I was looking a minute ago. So I was looking down there. I have put my camera away. Flipping out, these rocks are really greasy actually. This is the problem. I forgot about this bit. I'm just trying to think which way I went last time. You don't go up here, that's right, you don't. What you do is you head across to here and you head down onto these rocks again, being careful because it's proper Slipsville here. And yes, I am still wearing those shoes. And what we're going to do now is head up this bit here. Finn, Yeah, you ready to go up this way? I think come this way, Finn. Come the way I'm going. Or just go your own way. Not brilliant footholds here, actually. It has to be said. So it's all kind of on your hands. Well, they are good footholds. I'm talking absolute garbage. Just a step up. Oh. And then you head round. Finn, come this way. Gosh, you nearly fell off then. I think ordinarily I would go up there, but I think today, with it being a bit greasy, I'm going to go this way. She is very, very reckless. Slip down. And you know, all of this can actually be avoided if you go, oops, a daisy, along the track. I just prefer this way. It's interesting. Just make sure you've got 2 hands free. Okay, I made a right meal of that then. It's definitely not as hard as it looks, but if you just go the way I went, it is very easy. Like I said, make sure you've got 2 hands free. I only had 1, so that's why it was a little bit more difficult. Yeah, at that point, this is when we get to see where we're going today. Certainly the first 2 fells of the day. You can see in the foreground here, the pointy one, that is low pike, and the bigger one in the background is high pike. Someone's very excited. She always does this, she always gets really excited, doesn't realise how much further we've got to go. If I was to tell her that, you know, hours from now, we're still going to be walking down that ridge, I think she'd probably want to go back to the van. Looking nice out towards the west, beautiful. You can see all the clouds are starting to break up a little bit now on Bowfell and over the band. Still quite a lot on the Furnace Fells though. So as we move up here and progress, it's worth looking back all the time as we elevate up, because the views looking back towards Ambleside and Windermere are beautiful, breathtaking, and there's certain sections where the wall, even though Wainwright hated the wall, I think it adds to it, certainly from a photographic perspective. It's a fantastic leading line straight into the lake, you know. It doesn't go into the lake, but you know, it leads to the lake. There we go, Scandale Pass and Little Hart Crag. Beautiful. So when I checked the forecast yesterday, it said it was going to be, well, like this really, actually little bits of inversion, high level cloud, unlikely to get much sunlight. I think it might happen. There's definitely holes in the clouds. I can see blue sky. I'm going to be an optimist today. Believe that we might get some light hitting the ground, because although that looks really nice, you know, with the mist and the mountains and what have you, it's difficult to pick out any detail there because there's no light, direct sunlight, you know, hitting the ground. Obviously there's light hitting the ground, otherwise you won't be able to see it, but you know what I mean. This is a really beautiful walk up here actually, it really is, and walk down if you're doing the Fairfield Horseshoe. Fairfield Horseshoe. So I'm on the left hand side of the wall, the west side. I think this is probably trodden on less than the east side. I think most people go up on the track on that east side, miss out the rock step and go on a more defined path. You won't be able to see it on this camera, but there is a more defined path on the east side there. But I always go this side. I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe because of that. If you're on the other side of the wall, perhaps you don't get as much of a view. I don't know, maybe it's a subconscious thing that's going on in my noggin. Who knows what's going on there? You're probably thinking, there's something not quite right today. Something's off. Something is off. I haven't got my chest pod here, the chest pod. There is a reason for that. I noticed while I was editing the videos, there was a lot of noise coming from the bag itself. So every footstep I took, every time I was running or walking or whatever, you could hear all the contents of the bag, you know, bouncing up and down. Because my microphone's right here, you see, so it picks everything up. So I thought, I need to get rid of it. I need to find another solution. And I've gone with the trusty old bum bag. This actually was going to be the original solution before I got the chest pod. I was going to use this. I've had this about 12 years now. So I thought, I'll see what else is out there, you know, see if there's something more modern. And that's when I came across the chest pod. And the chest pod is brilliant. It really is. It was a game changer. And I think I probably will do a review on it because it really was a massive game changer for me in terms of carrying gear and having access, easy access to everything that I need. But like I said, for me personally, it was having a bit of an issue, you know, causing a bit of an issue with the sound in these videos. So yeah, got my bum bag. Don't judge. You can judge later on when I get my pink leg warmers out. I wouldn't drink that if I were you, Finn. Ugh. You know, she's got perfectly good clean water here in a bottle, which is fantastic, by the way. I need to show you this bottle. It's all right for you. You got 4 legs and you're tiny because it's warm and it's wet. There's a lot of things flying around in the air. Yeah, look at this. So I'll just walk off down here a minute. You can see it's been walked on a lot. Get a little glimpse of Rydal down there. Definitely sunlight now in the village. So we can actually see low pike and high pike from this point. But you see what I mean about the wall? It's beautiful, you know. It really is. It sort of reminds me a little bit of, you know, you need to use your imagination a little bit here, the Great Wall of China, the way you see it winding over the mountains. This is like a microscopic version of that. If that's not a leading line, I don't know what is. All we need there now is a sheep on the top, and that would be a beautiful picture. And maybe a rainbow there. Again, leading line. I think a bit higher up you get even better shot than that. Okay, now just getting to the summit of low pike, high pike. So the summit is actually right where the wall is. That very highest point. You've got a flipping wall on it. This is it. This is low pike. Nice, isn't it? So there's a pile of stones there. That's kind of where I want to be. I think what I'll do is I can get across the wall here and head up to high pike on the eastern side of the wall, so we can get a little bit of a different view. Why not? You happy, girl? Yeah, she's happy, girl. You're always happy, aren't you? She loves the grass. When she's on the grass, and particularly if we're going downhill, she goes a little bit crazy. Why did I think that I could get across here? There is definitely a way across here. I know there is. Maybe just making it up. Dreaming. Right, Finn's getting a bit thirsty, so I'm going to give some water. I'll show you this bottle. It's brilliant, honestly. All you do is you flip this little rubber thing around here, like so. Open it. Come here, Finn, got some water. And then squeeze. But here's the best bit. Let go. And it all sucks it back in. So there's nothing wasted. How good is that? And then obviously just fold it back down. Ooh, that made you jump. Oh, actually, before you fold it back down, you need to close this. Close, there you go. Don't want to lose any water now, do we? How cool is that? I just came across it the other day. I thought I need to get one of those. I've had bottles before in the past that they end up leaking, or you end up wasting quite a lot because you have to sort of squeeze it into a tray, but that's brilliant the way it kind of sucks it back in again. Yeah, I'll pop a link in the description and you can pick up your own and keep your little four-legged freaks rehydrated. Finally, as we're getting up to the summit of High Pike, there's this gap in the wall. Get on the east side. Let's see if Finn can work it. Oh, she's done it. Yeah, I could do that as well, probably. That's a nice view. Come on then, let's keep going up to the top of High Pike. Oh, it's looking moody out there now. Yes, that is looking very nice. So you can see a little Hart Crag there, and then that's all Hartsop Dod and stuff, Cordell Moor and Red Screes. That's where I'm going, and it looks like it's going to be clagged in. But first I need to hit Middle Dod, which is amongst that lot somewhere. That's lovely. I might have to get a shot of that, I think. There's not a lot in terms of light, that would have been nice then actually. Yeah, don't look at me, that's it. It's quite nice of the adult one there on its own, but I think I've got a little bit of a bum in shot. That might be alright, we'll see. But look at that. Isn't that just stunning? I love that, where you can see the clouds just whipping across the side of the fell. That's why we're going after High Pike. Well, first of all down to Scandale Pass. It's like the fell side is on fire. Wow, that is a quintessential Lakeland scene, isn't it? It really is. And it's looking nice back that way as well. Have a look. Oh, you're a couple of cuties, aren't you? Come on in, Arfin. Up you go. Oh, that's it. There you go. Well done. Oh, nice. Nice example of some tuff here. All the different volcanic eruptions. Okay, here we are at the summit of High Pike. Not really much to it, is there really? It doesn't feel like a mountain to me, this. It just feels like part of another mountain, which it is really. I guess you could argue it's part of Dove Crag, but even that, I still feel it's part of Fairfield. But, nice view. I mean, you can see right out across to Scandale Head, over to High Bakestones. You can see the column there now, the cairn. And then we're going to drop down, cut out Little Hart Crag. And what I'm going to do, hopefully, is contour around. So rather than going all the way to the top of Red Screes and dropping down to Middle Dod, get about halfway up that path to Red Screes and then contour it around. So following the contour, so I'm not going up or down, save myself some energy, get to Middle Dod and then up to the Red Screes. So the clouds lifted a little bit now from Red Screes, which is heartening because that's where I'm going to have my lunch. I don't want to be sat in Clagorlough. It doesn't matter, does it? Could have come through this gate, by the way. It's been so long since I've been here that I just forget about where everything is and stuff. I don't close that gate because some nuggets left it open. Come on, this way. Good dog. It actually might have blown open, although that's how it should be. There you go, sorted. Right, this is going to be trudgelicious, I think. You can see this wet, muddy trod going up towards Scandale Head. Not far though. Get up there and head across the top of Scandale, and then we'll get round to the cairn. If you're enjoying this vid, you know exactly what you need to do. In fact, I can't even believe I have to tell you anymore. I can't even believe you've not done it if you haven't done it already. Hit the like button, please. This place is bringing back bad memories. This is where Finn rolled in human excrement. That was on the Fairfield Horseshoe vlog I did with my son Josh. Went through that gate. She went off to the corner there, did something, rolled around, and then she caught us up and was covered in, at first I thought was fox poo, but then it became pretty obvious that actually it was human. I don't know what's more disgusting, the person who did that or Finn. I think Finn. Trudge of Doom. A little bit Trudge of Doom-esque. Lots of little bits of wall like this that have fallen down. It's a shame really, because this is an engineering feat, isn't it really? I mean, look at it. We've fallen this wall all the way since Ambleside, practically. It's a shame if that doesn't get fixed, but I think it probably will. Fair play to the people that do it, because it is definitely a dying art. Right, so you branch off the main path there, and someone very nicely left a big pile of stones there that marks the beginning of this little path. So this will take us down to the cairn now, like I said a minute ago. Nice views though, Beautiful. Is that a crow on the actual cane? Let's have a look. It actually is. It must mean Odin's nearby. I hope that's not a sign that I'm gonna slip and die. Well, that's quite a nice shot there with the cane, and I think it's, let's have a think about this one. It will be Froswick in the background, because you've got Ilbel slightly in the cloud, the tip of it, and then you've got Froswick, which is part of the Kentmere Horseshoe. Gorgeous. Let's see if I can get a shot of that. It's a bit rubbish. I mean, there's no light. It was great if the cane suddenly had this shaft of light coming down and, you know, a bit of godlight, but it ain't gonna happen. But if a crow lands on it, that could be quite good. You know why she runs ahead all excitedly, don't you? It's because this is a likely place for a spot of lunch. So people will stop here and have the butties. Of course, she's just minesweeping, isn't she? Doing what dogs do. Scavenge like I've just never fed her before, you know. But yeah, what a great little structure this is. Really nice. How tall? Would you say about 7 feet tall, something like that maybe? 7.5, I don't know. I mean, I'm 4'3". Oh, so there's Scandale Tarn down there now. And obviously we've got Little Hart Crag there. And now we can see Brothers Water as well. It's all opening up. So this is where I was 2 weeks ago doing this one. So from Priest Hull, Dove Crag, down Bakestones Moss and over to Little High Crag. God, it seems like yesterday. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to get my fleece on because it's getting a little bit chilly willy now. Just rug up a little bit because it is downhill for quite a way now. I'm not going to start going up for a little while. She loves this kind of environment. This open expanse of grass and what have you. She just loves it. Goes a little bit nuts. Not surprising really, because it is lovely. Clouds seem to be thickening up a little bit over the east. There's definitely blue sky out to the south and the west, but looking very, very moody out towards High Street. I mean, you can't even see High Street now. It's completely clagged in. What are you doing? Don't flick all your rubbish at me. Wait. Go on. Here she goes. Here it is. Oh, that's just a mini one. Just need to be careful around here because it does look, we're kind of getting into that zone now where it's getting a little bit squelchy underneath, underfoot. So you can always tell that by the type of grass that grows. Hey, Hurdy. Probably just a sheep crop this, but it'll do. They're not daft, these sheep. They know where they're going. Stay away from the boggy bits. Right, so this is actually the source of Scandale Beck, and eventually, obviously it runs down into Scandale itself, but eventually runs into Ambleside and then Windermere beyond. But yeah, this water here passes beneath the little bridge house, you know, on Ambleside, and ends up all the way down there, and ultimately we'll end up in Morecambe Bay via River Levens. Right, so we're just dropping to Scandale Pass now, just above Scandale Tarn. Ooh, like a Mexican standoff. Ooh, look at this, look. Are you guys best friends? Oh, that was a cute little moment. You're a good girl, Finn. This is lovely round here, it really is. I find this quite a lot around the passes. They've got a certain feel to them, like Nanbeeld Pass, for example. And just check out, spin you around, that's Little Hart Crag. That is quite an impressive looking rock, isn't it? There's a little dude on top as well. So on that right hand summit there, that's where I had my butties 2 weeks ago. But anyway, getting back onto what I was saying. Passes. They're lovely. Look at it. So this bit's actually the section of the walk I've been dreading the most actually today. Dropping down to Scandale Pass, which is here. This is the very bottom of it. And then having to go back up, and you can see it's a bit of a pull up. It's really interesting though, this side of Red Screes. You know, when you think of Red Screes, you think of it from the Kirkstone Pass side, that sheer drop. It's a great looking mountain, beautiful views, overlooking the other side, you know, down to the pub. But this side, there's something very Scottish looking about it. I think it's because the other week when I came up here and did, you know, Priest Hall, Dove Crag and what have you, I was looking back at this and all the rock was wet and glistening in the sun, and there's a lot of rock here, and there's just something about it. It just looked like the big Scottish mountains you have, you know, when you're driving along, and it just reminds me of that. The colour of it maybe, I don't know. Let's get up there anyway. Let's follow the road. Follow the road up there. Follow the wall, and then I think I can kind of see the point at which I'm going to break off. We'll see. It might be winging it a little bit here. Okay, I think at this point I am going to attempt to follow the contours round to Middle Dodd. Roughly about the same elevation as it now. Actually, I can see a little bit of a trod coming down here, so yeah, that might bode well, or it might be catastrophic. Look at that view. What I love about it is it's just changing all the time, you know. A couple of weeks ago it just looked completely different, and a few weeks before that, different again. And as we head into autumn, all the colours are going to go crazy. Right, this is looking all right. It's looking promising so far. I'll see how we get on and see if I'm able to, like I say, not go up or down really to get to Middle Dodd. If you are cutting across fell sides like this, you've got to be really careful of hidden holes. Your foot can just drop right in, right down to the knee. And if you've got enough weight on your back, you could potentially snap your knee. Right, I've landed myself on a much more well-trodden path. So Middle Dodd, right there, look, not far at all. Okay, so that path comes out a little bit short of Middle Dodd, so I need to walk on a little bit further over to the summit, and then we'll head back up to Red Screes. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a sweat fest going up there, I think. Wind seems to have dropped, and now I'm too hot. Oh, look at it out there. It's the same view from the other week, you know, the Priest Hall week, when I was coming down down to High Hats up Dodd. Oh. Okay, here we go. Actually, yes, I forgot, you don't actually get the full proper view until you drop off the top of the nose there. Let's get up to Red Screes, right up there, and get something to eat. It's looking like it might be coming out sunny now, which means it'd be quite nice to sit down and not get wet and freeze to death and have some sandwiches. Freeze to death? It's been so hot these last few walks. I'd love to freeze to death a little bit. Finn was all set for going down that hill then. She thought, oh, we're going down now. We're all done, going home, yay. Yeah, sorry about that, Finn. We've got a bit of uphill to do. Come on, let's go. Okie dokie, here we go. Just getting up to the lower section of the summit, which actually I think sometimes yields the best views. Let me just get up here and I'll show you what I mean when I spin back round again. That view right there is something else. especially if you can get a little bit of light on Middle Dod. Beautiful. Let's get up to Trig Point. Okay, so I've just left the summit of Red Screes there. I did a little bit of footage at the top there with my camera just to show the kind of views you can get here from the top of Red Screes. And I mean, it is 360 degrees of incredible views. You can see all the major fells here. So let's go and have a look at that and I'll show you exactly what you can see from the top of Red Screes. So yeah, you can see a heck of a lot, all the big ones, for not a lot of effort either, because you can park down there at the Kirkstone Pass Inn, which is looking pretty busy today. You could just bomb it up straight to the top of the fell there and get these absolutely, what is wrong with my dog? Get these absolutely incredible views. Beautiful, it really is. I've left there now because I think Finn was having flashbacks to the time that we wild camped at the top of there, and there was a storm that just came out of nowhere and flattened the tent in the middle of the night in the pitch black. Not a great moment for either of us, that one. But yeah, so summit's there. Raven Crag is just here, and we're passing over the top of Pet's Quarry now, heading towards Snarker Pike, and that slow, gradual, leisurely walk back into Ambleside. A friend of mine said she was talking to I don't know who it was she was talking to, but they called it, and in all seriousness, they called it Ambleside. So Ambleside, henceforth, has been called Ambleside. That's what I call it all the time now. So you can see, heading out towards Windermere now, it's looking really clear out towards the west and the south, but still this thick cloud here. Anyway, whatever, let's get down to Snarker Pike and see what the view's like from there. I suspect pretty flipping good. Let's go. So this is Snarker Pike here, kind of behind the wall. So we don't really get to get up to the actual top itself, but you don't need to, because really it's this that we're interested in. And as the fell drops away a little bit now, we can start to see more of the lake and Ambleside, and lo and behold, I can see a bit of Rydal now and a bit of Grasmere as well. It's a shame that the light's looking a bit flat now, that there's nothing. It'd be very difficult for you to distinguish the fells from each other, probably through the camera, you know. It's difficult for me now with my eyes. There again, my eyes are rubbish, so you can probably spot everything. It's not like I've not had any decent days out, is it? I've had some fantastic days. Like, for example, when I was on Nab Scar with young Phineas last week. It was beautiful, amazing conditions. So I mustn't grumble, but it is something I do quite well. So right in front of us now is Wands Fell, right there. Yeah, I'll be hitting that on the next season of the Far Eastern Fells. Let's get past this boggy bit here because it looks a bit horrible. I'll have another chat with you around about that point there. Okay, as I'm approaching this bog of doom, look at her, she's like, even she's thinking, I don't know about this. This looks pretty bad. I think I'm gonna get wet feet here. Actually, that's not so bad. Not too bad at all. But now I'm in line with a place called, wait for it, Flesh Crags. Flesh Crags. It's just over here, going down into the valley. Okay, so the path branches off in two different directions here, off that way, which looks really inviting actually, because there's lots of crags and stuff, and then down this way here, which doesn't look inviting. It just looks like I'm going to slip on my backside. But this is the way I want to go. And you can actually see now the path I was on earlier. You can actually see the rock step over there and the path going up to Low Pike. Very difficult to see actually. But now we're going to walk between two walls, betwixt two walls for a little bit. Hang on a minute, Finn. Flipping heck. Hold your horses. She's so demanding. There you go. You come back this way. Come back this way. It's like a scene from Dumb and Dumber. Wait there, Finn, wait there. It's one of those styles that's significantly lower on this side than it is on the other side. Ooh! Say hello to the camera. Ooh. Ooh, I'm just clunking my lens and everything. Come on. All right. Onwards. So the sun is finally coming out and you can just see it hitting the fell side now. All over the place actually. I could see it back on the route, back up towards High Bakestones, and you can also see it on Fairfield now. A little bit irritating, if I'm absolutely honest with you, because if I'd known it was going to do this, I would have waited a little bit longer on Red Screes. Oh, there you go, Finn. Good dog. Look at that face. Oh, right there. Oh, you're the goodest dog in the world, aren't you? Yes, you are. The goodest dog in the world. Oh, lovely. Come on, let's get you down. Well, 35 Wainwrights in the bag, 128 kilometres walked, around about 80 miles, just over 9,000 metres of ascent, which is about 29,500 feet, higher than Everest, 25 hours worth of footage filmed, 160 hours of editing, 20 marsh bars snaffled, 10 pints quaffed, 6 falls, and 0 blisters. I've had such a fantastic time filming this first season, and I'm so excited to get out there and start filming the other ones over the next 1.5 to 2 years. This is going to be quite a long project, and I'm looking forward to the weather changing, and there's going to be some really, really great photographic opportunities. There's going to be some really, really horrible days out as well. I'm absolutely certain of it. Horrendous weather conditions, but that's where you can stay at home in the comfort of your own living room or even in bed and watch me get soaked and frozen half to death. I really hope though that you've got a lot out of these videos, whether that's ideas for walks, a little bit of inspiration just to get out there and get into nature and enjoy everything, maybe a little bit of inspo for the photography as well. Whatever, I hope you've got something out of it. I've got a huge amount of joy out of making these videos. I really do. I love doing it. I love filming them. And I love the interaction between you and me, and it sort of feels like a community that's coming together now, and I really like that. We are Black Crag, all of us. So I've not got far to the pub now, just dropping into Ambleside via the road in a minute. See if you can guess which pub I'm going into. It should be fairly obvious actually, but we'll give it a go. It might be busy. If it's busy, I'm going on. So until the next season, which is the Far Eastern Fells, I wish you all the very best, and I'll see you back out in these glorious fells very, very soon. So in the meantime, I'm going to the pub for a well-earned pint. I'll see you next time. your thing?